Hello everyone, hope all of you are doing great. And in today's video, we are going to discuss March 2026 paper 2. So let's start with the first question over here. They're requesting from you to write 60,000 in standard form. So we agreed that the first number must be between 1 and 10, so it's just a 6. But in order not to change the value of your number, you need to multiply by 10 to the power of 4. Plot this on the number line. So -4 is included, but it must be filled circle. So the circle is shaded. And the other thing is the 2, but it's an open circle. Then you connect them this way. Over here, they wanted the cost of 6 kilograms. You're going to notice that the 2, you must look for a stable point on the line. So a stable point over here, I don't know what the 1 kilogram is equal to. Mister, it looks like a 3. Yeah, it looks like 3, but you cannot depend on that. They didn't tell you, they're not giving you the small squares to show you that this is exactly the half or a little bit more than the half. But I'm going to depend on this, that it's 2 kilograms have the cost of $6. So here, kilograms in dollars, 2 kilograms cost $6. Then if you want 6 kilograms, you multiply this by 3, then multiply this also by 3, it is $18. So 6 kilograms will cost $18. When the input is 3, what is the output going to be? So 3 get into the function machine, cubed gives you 27. But if the output is 64, then it gets out how? Not cubic root. So it is the cubic root of 64, which is going to be equal to just 4. He made a mistake over here. You're going to find that the mistake he made is August, because August is 305. Okay, mister, I see that you went right away, right up on top of 300. Yes, but it's not 305 because we know that each small square is a 10, right? So this is 310, 320, 30, 40, 350. So 305 is below the first small square that is on top of 300. 305 is between this line and the first square. It is in between them. It is here. So he put it one square further than where it was supposed to be. So this is the mistake. Draw a ring around it, they said to you. This one over here is on the line y equals to x plus 1. Well, you got two things actually. If you noticed 0, 0 means that the y-intercept is 0. Is the y-intercept 0? No, mister, it's 1. So it's false. They said tick, true or false. All right, then there's another way. What is it? If x is 0, will y be also 0? Let's try it. If x is 0, 2 times 0 is 0, plus 1, it is 1. So no, mister, the y was not 0. The second one over here, you can think about it also the same way. Is the y-intercept a 7? Oh, yes. Or if x is 0, will y be 7? Let's try it. If x is 0, 8 times x, 8 times 0 is 0, plus 7 is 7. So y will be 7. Yes, true. The line y equals 5x minus 2 crosses the y-axis at 0, 5. Is this true or false? Well, crosses the y-axis at 0, 5, which means is the y-intercept 5? No, the y-intercept is -2. It is false. All right, the line y equals 2x plus 6 crosses the x-axis at -3, 0. So, mister, if x is -3, will y be 0? Let's try it. 2 times -3 is -6 plus 6. Oh, mister, y will be 0. Yes, so it is true. Calculate this. This is paper 2, so you are allowed to use the calculator actually for that. You're going to find that it is equal to 3 right away. Or even if it was paper 1, you should notice that 108 divided by 12 is exactly going to give you 9. So it is square root of 9, which is just 3. So 3 is the correct answer, even if it was paper 1. Here, they're saying to you that Lily made a mistake. She's not correct. She said that the probability of spinning the same number on both spinners is 4 over 25. Well, 1, 1 happened once, 2, 2 once, 3, 3 once, 4, 4 once. So yes, Mr. It happened 4 times. She's correct. Why are they saying that she's not correct? Well, because it's 4 times out of how many? It is not 4 out of 25. They are 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 fives, which is 20. The total outcome is actually what? The total number of possibilities or outcomes is 20. So it's 4 over 20 or 1 over 5. Both are going to be accepted. Enlargement, scale factor what? Scale factor 3, center 7, 4. They've given you the center. Scale factor 3. Mister, you need to start from the center of enlargement and count until you reach the closest vertex. Well, mister, the 4 of them are close. Any of them, it's up to you. So I'm going to start with this one, mister. So it's here. 1, 2 left, 2 left, 1 down, 2 left, 1 down. Scale factor 3, then triple them. And instead of 2 left, 1 down, it will be 6 left, 3 down. Instead of 2 left, 1 down, it will be 6 left. So here are 3, 4, 5, 6 left, 3 down. 1, 2, 3. So it's here, mister. Perfect. What about the rest? This is the beginning, mister. So I need to go up, and instead of 2 squares, I'm going to go up 6 squares with my ruler. So let me get a straight line over here. Going 6 up instead of 2 because scale factor 3. Then, mister, I'm going to move it instead of 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to move 8 from 1 until 9. It is, oh, sorry, it's scale factor 3. So instead of 4, they're going to be 12. So reaching 13. And then you finish the rest of the shape. Now I enlarged the shape with scale factor 3 about center 7, 4. Let me erase this. Ah, 1 second. Question 10. The probability it will rain tomorrow is 0.7. Mia writes these statements tick to show if each of Mia's statements is correct or not correct. Probability it will rain tomorrow plus probability it will not rain tomorrow is equal to 100%. Yes, sure. 100%. There's nothing else. It will either rain or not rain. Probability it will not rain is 30%. Mister, probability it will rain is 0.7, which is 70%. So it will not rain is the rest. 30% is also correct. They wanted the area of the circle, and we should write the area equals pi r squared. So on your calculator, you need to find a pi multiplied by 11.4 squared. Use the calculator for that. Here you go. It is pi, here is pi, multiplied by 11.4, but it is squared. This should give you 408.3. If you round it to 1 decimal place, like in the question, they've given you all the values in 1 decimal place. So round it also in to 1 decimal place. They haven't mentioned a specific degree of accuracy. So 408.3. They want here the parameter of the semicircle with 143 millimeters. So I'm going to write here, mister, that parameter of this semicircle is pi d over 2, but I'm going to add to it the diameter because pi d over 2 will give me the arc only, pi d over 2. But add to it the diameter, which is 143. So it is pi multiplied by 143 divided by 2. Then you add to it 143. Let's do that. Finding here the calculator. Sorry. Here we go. So it is, I got a fraction using here pi in the numerator multiplied by 143 over 2. Then you add to it 143 again for the diameter. This should give you 367.6. The time taken to run a race is 15 seconds, corrected to the nearest second. The nearest second here, because we're talking about seconds, so it's the nearest whole number. To get the lower bounds, you add or you minus half. You wanted the lower bound minus half, so it's 14.5. You wanted the upper bound, add half, so it's 15.5. Here are the first five terms of a sequence. To find the next term of the sequence. Well, Mr. First, I must ask myself, is it linear or quadratic? I added 3, then I added 5, then I added 7, then I added 9. 3, 5, 7, 9. The second differences are the same, Mr. So it is quadratic. N squared, definitely. If you test it, you're going to find that 1 squared is 1 only, but I need to reach 2, so add 1 to it. So it's n squared plus 1. But the same to here, a different sequence has the term-to-term rule square, then subtract 3. The fourth term of the sequence is 1. What is the fifth? The fifth means to move to the next, you square the 1, then you minus 3. So squaring the 1 squared is 1. Minus 3 is negative 2, so it is negative 2. I squared the 1, then I minus 3. It takes 3 electricians 40 hours to rewrite a building, to rewire a building. All right, so here, electricians, number of hours. 3 electricians, 40 hours. And here, they want you to work out the time it would take 5 electricians. Do not think about it as a direct proportion, saying 5 times 40 divided by 3, or what happened to the 3, so I do it to the 40. No way. This is inverse proportion. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Inverse proportion. So whatever happened to the 3, you do the opposite to the h. Mister, I cannot know, I cannot find what happened to the 3. Fine, I told you already how to do this. If it is inverse proportion, multiply the top. 3 times 40 is 120. Then divided by the bottom. Mister, does this always work? Yes, it works all the time. So it's going to give you 24 hours. 10 students each take a math test and science test. Their results are shown in this back-to-back stem and leaf diagram. Complete these sentences. The lowest score in the science test is science, lowest is, I must get back to the key. The key says that this is 85 and that this is 82. So the stem is the tens place. So here is 50. Lowest score in science is 50. Highest score in math is 87. Thank you. Congratulations. You've just got 2 marks. Calculate the difference between, look at that, they put it for you in bold. Difference means subtraction between the model math score and the model science score. What is the model math score? Model means the most repeated. You're going to find that it is 78 is the model. 78 got repeated twice. In the math is 78, and in the science it is 62. So 78 in the math, 62 in the science. They wanted the difference. So subtract them. This will give you exactly 16. The difference between the model maths and the model science scores. Chen says, I think of a number, n. I add to it 3. I square the result. That's it. Don't forget the brackets. You forget the brackets, it's 0. Wrong. In 2022, a house costs to $140,000. In 2023, the cost of the house increases. So add this to 100%. Add it to 100%. So it is 103, Mr. percent. Yes, so the multiplier is 1.03. Then it increases again 2%. So it is going to be 102%, which is 1.02. Multiply this by that, by that. This is going to give you 240,000 multiplied by 1.03 multiplied by 1.02 equals 252,144. Show that this simplifies to 11x. So multiplying 3x by this, then by that. 3x times 3 is 9x, negative 18x squared. Multiplying this by this by that. So plus 2x plus 18x squared. Oh, mister, the x squared will just cancel each other. Yes, thank you. This is negative 18x squared, positive 18x squared. 9x plus 2x is 11x. Thank you. Just as they requested. The interior of a regular polygon is 150 degrees. Find the number of sides of the polygon. Oh, mister, I know that the number of sides is 360 over exterior, but come on, mister, for God's sake. I don't have the exterior angle. What am I supposed to do? You're supposed to find it, sweetheart. Exterior equals 180 minus interior. So it is 180 minus 150, which is 30. Okay, so the answer is 30 degrees. No, sweetheart. You take this and you substitute in the number of sides equation. N equals 360 over exterior, which is the 30 degrees, which is what we've just found. So bye-bye to the 0. 36 divided by 3 is just 12. Or simply use your calculator to do 360 divided by 30. This is a 0. Bye-bye, I'm saying. So it is going to give you 12. The line AB has a midpoint of 1, 2. Write possible coordinates for A and B. Okay, mister, they telling you right now that there is a line, and the line is A, B. But there is a midpoint. The midpoint is 1, 2. They want to find possible coordinates for A, possible coordinates for B. Well, there is x coordinate and y coordinate in each one of them. I want x1, this is the rule for the midpoint, x1 plus x2, this is x1, this is x2, over 2 should give you the midpoint, which is 1. So x1 plus x2, this is equals 2. x1 plus x2 equals 2, right? So what are the numbers that you add them up give you 2? Don't say 1 and 1. No. If how come this is going to be a point, a line? So you need to choose different numbers. Do not say 1. So what am I supposed to do, mister? You're supposed to think about two numbers that you add them up, they will give you a 2 exactly. So that when you divide it by 2, it gives you 1. Again, the midpoint is x1 plus x2 divided by 2. So x1 plus x2 divided by 2 should give you 1 for the x coordinate. So x1 plus x2 must give you, send this 2 to the other side, multiplication, multiply by 2. So x1 plus x2 should give you 2. Can I choose a mister, for example, if I choose here, let's say negative 1, and this is 3. Will it work? Yes, definitely. Negative 1 plus 3 is 2. So negative 1 and 3. Oh, mister, I chose negative 2 and here 4. Also, it will work. Negative 2 plus 4 is 2. Divided by 2 is going to give you 1. So uh, any two numbers that will add up to 2 will work here. All right, what about the y, mister? I need y1 plus y2 over 2 should give you 2, which is the y coordinate. So send the 2 to the other side multiplication. So it is y1 plus y2 equals 4. I want two numbers other than 2 plus 2. I want two numbers that when I add them up, they give me a 4. Can I write here, for example, I miss a negative 2. For example, negative 2 and 6. Yes, this will work because negative 2, if you write here negative 2 plus 6 is going to give you positive 4 divided by 2 is going to give you the 2 that you want. So writing here negative 1 and here 3, adding them up, they will give you 2 divided by 2 will give you the 1 for the midpoint. The volume is less than 54 or equal to it or greater than it. I need to find the volume, Mr. And we know that the volume is area of cross section multiplied by height or the length or the depth or whatever. Where is the cross section? Cross section here is the triangle. This is a triangular prism. Triangular prism. The cross section is a triangle. So we know that the cross section is the face that is parallel and identical. The two faces that are parallel and identical. So it is here. The triangle has another triangle down there that is parallel to it and identical to it as well. So the cross section is the triangle. It's triangular prism. Find the area of it. Okay, mister, I know that this is right angle. So this is the height. The height must be perpendicular. So the height is 7, area of cross section, base times height. What is the base, mister? We don't have it. No, you have it. It is 5. Look at this. It's the same as this one. 5. So it is 7 times 5 over 2. But multiplied by height, which is what? What is the height? Height, length, multiplied by length. Call it length, call it whatever you want. So here, the length is what? 3.5, right? So multiplied by 3.5. Let's do this on the calculator. Area of cross section 7 times 5 divided by 2, got the area of the triangle, times length, which is 3.5, is going to give you the volume of this shape. Let's do it. 7 times 5 is 35, so 35 divided by 2, 17.5. Then you multiply by 3.5, gives you 61.25. So 61.25 volume is greater than 54. What about the other one? Let's do the same thing. It is 6. It's base times height over 2, area of cross section. The same idea exactly. 6 times base, which is 4 over 2. Now I found base times height over 2. I found the area of the cross section, then multiplied by the length, which is 4.5. Let's do this on the calculator again. Where's the calculator? It disappeared. All right. Let me open it again. Here you go. 6 times 4, which is 24. 24 divided by 2, which is 12. You multiply 12 by 4.5 is going to give you 54 exactly. So it is equal to 54. Calculate the difference between the area of the shaded face of prism A and the area of the shaded face of prism B. Let me erase this here. All right, they wanted the area of this face. How can I find the area of this face, mister? It is length times width, but I do not know the length. Do you know this? No, we don't. But do you know this? Yes, we do. It is 3.5. So 3.5 times this. Same idea exactly over here, but no, here I know the length, I know the width. It's 4.5 times 4. So area here equals 4.5 times 4, which is going to give you exactly 18 centimeters squared. This is the area of the shaded here. Okay, good. What about the area that is shaded there? I do not know this side, mister. Can I find it? Yes, definitely you can. If you notice that this is a right-angled triangle and this is the hypotenuse. Look at that. So can you find the hypotenuse? Yes, I can. This is 5 centimeters. This is 7 centimeters. It is c squared equals a squared plus b squared. So c squared is what? Equal to 7 squared, which is 49, plus b squared, which is 25. So c squared equals, adding them up, it's going to give you exactly 74. So c is going to be what? Square root of 74. Hopefully I did not make any mistakes because it's going to be a decimal and we're going to have to round it. I'm going to double check my answer again. So c squared equals a squared, which is 25 plus 49. 25 plus 49 is going to give you 74. So yes, this is square root of 74. So to find this, I'm going to do square root of 74 multiplied by 3.5. So square root of 74 multiplied by 3.5 should give you the area of this shaded shape. Let me get the calculator. Square root of 74 multiplied by 3.5 equals SD 30.1. So it is 30.1. The difference between the two, so you should show all this working down there. Okay, you have space down there. All right, so they want now the difference between the area of the two shaded faces. Getting the 30.1 centimeters squared is not enough, and getting 18 centimeters squared is also not enough. So you should do now, you should find the difference, which is going to be 12.1 centimeters squared. So the difference is 12.1 centimeters squared. Let's get to, I'm very curious actually to go to the mark scheme together. It is question 21B. So let's open 21B. 21B mark scheme is here. Oh, here it is. 12.1 centimeters squared is accepted. And did they give anything, any range? No, they haven't given you any range. So it is 12.1 centimeters squared. Let's get back to the test. Is it this one? Yes. Write the model class interval. The model class interval is the class interval that has the most repeated values or the highest frequency. The highest frequency here is 30, 40. Calculate and estimate the mean. The mean, I need to add here another column. And what is going to be there in that column, the mister? I'm going to have in that column over here the sum of what? Sum of frequency times midpoint. So you must get this frequency times the midpoint, frequency times midpoint, frequency times midpoint, frequency times midpoint again, and then you add them all up and you get the total over here. All right, but let's remember that the mean, estimation of the mean equals sum of frequency times midpoint, which is what we'll find over here, over total frequency, which is 50. They told you 50 chicks. All right, let's do this now. Midpoint 35 times 24. So 35 times 24. Again, I closed the calculator. So doing this, you should do, I'm going to do them all together to be honest with you, just to save time, but you can do 35 by 24, you write the answer here, 45 multiplied by 12, you write the answer, 55 multiplied by 9, you write the answer, 65 multiplied by 5, you write the answer, then you add them all up. This will give you the numerator of your fraction. What am I going to do? I'm going to just write everything at once. I know that the denominator total frequency is just 50. Total frequency is just 50. So you must write down there 50. And then up there, you write the following on your calculator. 35 by, please write the steps. Just in case you make a mistake in the calculator, they're going to give you at least the 2 marks. So please write the steps. So it is 35 multiplied by 24 plus 45 times 12 plus 55 times 9 plus 65 times 5. 35 times 9, 45 times 12, 35 times 24 over the total is 50. So open the calculator and you can do it up there here. 35 times 24 plus 45 times 12. Mister, the brackets. Well, the calculator and even you can do that without brackets because of the order of operations. Here, you're going to do the multiplication first. You will be forced to. 55 times 9, let me focus so that I don't make any silly mistakes, plus 65 multiplied by 5. Here you go. equals 44 exactly after the division. So it is 44 grams. Page 14, Mr. We agreed if x is in the denominator, you send it to the other side multiplication. So 135 equals 5x. So x equals 135 divided by 5, which is going to be 27. Thank you. All right. Next, also, Mr. We agreed we send this one to the other side multiplication. So it is 8 equals a 16y minus 16, expanding the brackets. So 16y equals 8 plus 16, which is 24. So y equals what? What is y going to be equal to? Y equals, you send this to the other side, division 24 over 16 with your calculator, 24 over 16, 3 over 2 or 1.5, 1.5 or 1.5 or 3 over 2, all of this is accepted. Two numbers are in the ratio 3 to 5. So I got here 3 to 5. One of them is 4.5. Find the two possible values for the other number. Well, how can I find the two possible values for the other number? They told you that one of them is 4.5. Did they tell you which one? Did they tell you the smaller one is 4.5? No, mister. So it could be this here is 4.5 or 3 to 5, and this is here 4.5. One of them. So I got here a possible value. I got here a possible value. Let's use the calculator to find that. We do 4.5 times 3, then divided by 5. 4.5 times 3, then divided by 5 equals 27 over 10, which is 2.7. This is a possible value. And the other value, I'm going to do 4.5 times 5. Then you divide it by 3. Equals 15 over 2, which is 7.5. Simplify. You need to factorize the numerator first. So factorizing in the numerator, you can get 3y out, and then this is going to give you a 2, plus this is going to give you 5x over 3y. Simplify the denominator with the factor. It is going to give you exactly 2 plus 5x. 5x, not 5y. 5x. Oh, that's it. Thank you so much, everyone, and see you in another video.